somebody, and that was a retweet.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, $25 million to combat Asian carp.
Oh, yeah. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Get your words straight, Jack. Get your words straight, Jack. Get your words straight, Jack. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
Look, talk about education. I propose that what we take is those very poor schools. School, not daycare. School, schools. The Title I schools. School, not daycare. School, schools. The Title I schools. School, not daycare. School, not daycare. School. We bring social workers into homes with parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. A kid coming from a very poor school, a very poor background, will hear 4 million words fewer spoken by the time they get there. There's so much. No, I'm going to go like the rest of them do, twice over. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
As far as my relationships with all people, all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over if you like to see, help out. If not, both the other by give.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to the whoever the fuck. They're accountable to the whoever the fuck themselves. To the whoever the fuck. To the whoever the fuck themselves. They won't come out and address Bree's audience or Katie's audience. 10 to 12 million views. I get 10 to 12 million views of I get 10 to 12 million views. I get 10 to 12 million views. I get 10 to 12 million views. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience or Katie's audience or Justin Jackson or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to the whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people who will do anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience or Katie's audience or Justin Jackson or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to the whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. Come on. I get 10 to 12 million views, 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience or Katie's audience or Justin Jackson or you. They are not accountable to us. Views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that.
Who are you talking about? What's that, Jimmy?
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today, hashtag the vote. Motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out. All those motherfuckers who didn't all those motherfuckers.
Hello users and welcome to oh shit, I just spat out my mouth. I had some coffee I just drank. I took a sip. I failed to get all the coffee inside of my throat and some of it escaped. Hello users and welcome to the broadcast. Today is Above It All Day, as it is every other day. Again, I stream 7 days a motherfucking week. How was that intro, by the way? That was really funny. I haven't watched this clip yet. This clip of Jimmy Dore, this one, I love this. I haven't watched this. I just decided I'm gonna play the clip during the intro and see what happens. Like it must be funny. I hadn't watched it yet, and it must be funny. This part.
I get 10 to 12 million views a month.
What a fucking loser, dude. Like, how much of those views, by the way, are like Syrian or Russian bots that are just like farming his YouTube channel to like give him an expanded sense of ego, by the way? Just throwing a question out there, just providing a question, just asking some important questions, you know. But again, after yesterday, I'm going to be much more combative against this People's Party project. Again, I've been very sympathetic to a lot of the people involved with that project, because again, I love Cornel West. I, you know, very much so respected Brianna Joy Gray, and the rest of the people on these little panels here, I'm kind of indifferent on, for the most part. Like Katie Halper, I don't really know who she is. Like, but I am at this point, and I want to say this, I don't want to be very clear about this. I'm at the point where I think it's a total scam. I think the entire thing is a scam. So, I'll get into this more later with the more poignant and pointed segments. But I think this whole idea behind the People's Party is to take the organizational, or whatever, as much of the organizational apparatus as they can, as much as they can, and just strip it out and just neutralize it. That's what it is. Bernie 2020 was almost the winning force, right? Bernie 2020 almost won, and they had to come up with a last-ditch effort cheat code in order to scam him out of the fucking nomination, and they want to make sure that no one gets that close ever again, and that's why people like Jimmy Dore exist. to make sure that there isn't a Bernie 2024 or a Bernie 2028, to substitute Bernie with someone like AOC or whatever. His job, what he is paid to do, is to prevent any organizing within the Democratic Party, which, by the way, is the only hopes of winning. I'm just saying. And he's also patting his own ego and preparing himself for his 2024 People's Party run, which, let's be honest, everybody, let's be honest. But yeah, so I've got a couple things I want to talk about today that aren't about the People's Party, so I'm just throwing that out there. I want to cover the Senate thing. There was another instance of police violence in Minnesota, in Minneapolis to be specific, and I'd like to cover that and some other stuff today. And I've also, to my understanding, and anything could happen, right? So it's like sometimes I hop on this show and say, I've got a special guest, right? And then the special guest doesn't show up. That's happened before. But I do have a special guest. Anonymous user will be joining us today. They are going to keep their identity concealed. And they also want to scream like an unhinged Looney Tune, just like Jimmy Dore does, except instead of screaming at people that are doing nothing wrong, we're going to be screaming at people that I think are doing everything wrong. So stay tuned for that. And I should also say hello to everyone in the chat room. So let's do that. Lilith is first. The lead striker, Ferned, Mr. Freak Glitcher, Blurst. And then no username, white profile picture, hello. Nicholas Nordland, Mike Silver, Bodan Svedrek, hello, 4 Cheese 33-4, Monkeys, hello, Unknown Stoyle, but is it art? Bob, hello, Gonzo Kaufman, Mike Harold, Brian Bradley, did I get everyone? Is that everyone? Hello? Is anyone else here? YT Dark Trooper, as well as Trooper. You're a truther, just like Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore's an AOC truther. That's what we should start calling these guys. Yo. Can we start calling these guys AOC truthers? Because that's what they are. They're truthers. They're like anti-vaxxers or like 5G freaks and weirdos. They're like 9/11 truthers. Like, that's what these people are. These are AOC truthers. She voted for the CARES Act! Blah! Like, that's a literal truther material. Hey, Billiard Dilliard. What's up? Billiard Dilliard? I'm sorry, Bill, it's just, it's a great name, right? It's just a fucking perfect name that you can do so much with. You know what I mean? So, Billiard Dilliard. And you got D. Your last name is D. And you're, like, it's D. What am I supposed to do with D? I gotta come up with something. Right? I gotta come up with something. Is it Unknown Stoyle or Story? I said Stoyle once on accident, and, well, there we go. It's over. I have corrected the record. I think Unknown Story is revisionist history. Actually, I think it's Unknown Stoyle. So, I got some coffee here. Look at my new mug. Mornings are rough. There you go. Tell me about it, right? Tell me about it. This is going to be the awkward part of the stream where I look at my phone. I know, right? You're thinking, wow, this podcaster, like, I'm watching a live show and the person I'm watching is not even paying attention to me in any capacity. This dumb bitch is just on her phone. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine, right? Like, how much of a disgraced, ungrateful piece of garbage am I? I'm just on my fucking, like, okay, I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna turn it off as well. It's actually, the volume's always down. I don't have my ringtone on. If you ever need to call me, I will not know until the call is already ended, or, you know, if you leave a voicemail. By the way, don't leave a voicemail. I always have all my shit off. So whenever I lose my phone, it's a big deal. But anyway, let's actually get into the news. The news, that's right, this is a news show. I thought this was just like a fucking dumb bitch rambles like a lunatic show. But this is a news show. And I want to start off here by talking about what happened in the Senate yesterday. So I got a post here from the Daily Poster, which is David Sirota's little blog thing, which, you know, I like him. He's got some good takes. You don't agree on everything, but good takes nonetheless. So I could read all of this. Right? Like, I could. Theoretically, like, I could sit here and read this fucking article, like, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do, I didn't highlight things because I forgot. I decided to eat breakfast. Normally I sit down and read everything and highlight what I want to talk about, but I decided to eat food instead because I was hungry, so I didn't get to that point of my show. I'm sorry. But either way, I streamed the entirety of the Senate session yesterday, and it was really fun. There's going to be another Senate session today. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream it, and if I do, I might not stream it live. I might, like, stream it, you know, an hour delayed, something like that. I'm not sure, because I know it's supposed to start at noon, and usually at noon I'm editing videos and doing other stuff, and, you know, so, you know, I might start it at 1 or 1:30, and then we'll just get through what we missed. So it might not be live coverage, but I might still do that if people are interested. But the Daily Poster headline here, Senate Democrats motion to concede on $2,000 checks. So for those of you that don't know what happened, basically, the filibuster was basically trying to make all of the procedural kind of parliamentary, like, legalese, as Bernie Sanders put it, take place, take as much of that time as possible. And then again, that prevents Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue from campaigning, right? That prevents a lot of the other senators from going home for New Year's, right? And so even if we don't get the $2,000 checks, right, it is still a valuable thing. So there are tangible benefits of what Bernie is doing. Now, again, Mitch McConnell kind of put the death blow on that. Like I said yesterday, we're not getting the 2,000. It is not happening. As soon as I started hearing Mitch McConnell speak, I was at, and, you know, before that I was certain. But as soon as I started hearing Mitch McConnell speak, I was like, yeah, it's not happening. And the point of this article is that a lot of Mitch McConnell's talking points were from Democrats, right? Mitch McConnell cited Larry Summers in his argumentation for why $2,000 checks are bad. Remember when I covered that video last week, or I think it was last week, of Larry Summers talking about, oh, we're going to overheat the economy. Oh, we're going to overheat. I just give every pompous douchebag a British accent. Oh, we're going to overheat the economy. Oh, no, the economy's going to be overheated. What? Okay, so, like, the sentence starts off, like, you know, $2,000 checks are, what I learned in boating school is, right? That's the thing, is like $2,000 checks are overheating the economy. That doesn't mean anything. That's not English. Like, it's like it's like, you know, those people that, you know, like, speak Spanish and English, and then when they stub their toe, they start screaming in Spanish and then end their sentence in English. I live with those people, motherfucker, right? It's like those people, right? I'm you know, I'm just speaking with love. But my point is, Larry Summers is like, it's going to overheat the economy? That doesn't mean anything. It's like literally switching languages in the middle of your sentence. So, like, it's just, I don't know. It's ridiculous. And at the end of the session, real quick, At the end of the session, let me read this part. Had most Senate Democrats voted against that motion, the motion to proceed on the NDAA vote. So it was not the vote on the NDAA, but I believe the vote to proceed to vote and, like, have, like, debates and arguments and all that kind of stuff. So again, they're doing all the technical stuff. They might have had a chance to deny McConnell or stall the process. After all, 5 Republicans also voted against the measure, including Missouri's Josh Hawley, who has pushed the survival checks with Sanders. Republican President Donald Trump has called for the Congress to pass $2,000 checks, but Georgia's Republican Senators Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, who only this week started pretending they supported direct aid, were nowhere to be found. They skipped the vote, effectively refusing to use their power to deliver relief to the roughly 2/3 of Georgia households who would benefit from the checks. To be sure, there may still be some opportunities for procedural delays in the final days of the Senate session. So again, it's important. As much time as you eat up from these senators, again, these senators are egomaniacal narcissists, Looney Tunes, right? So the idea that they can't be sitting home drinking whiskey in Kentucky with the family watching the fucking ball drop. By the way, maybe Mitch McConnell will finally watch his own balls drop at some point, maybe, potentially, right? But that's unlikely, right? Instead of doing that, they're stuck in Congress in Washington, right? So it does have value. It's not tangible. It's not like we can, like, look at this and say a win. But anything that triggers Mitch McConnell, I'll take it, right? It is also theoretically possible that the fluid dynamics of the closely contested Georgia Senate races, where the Democratic candidates are campaigning for the $2,000 checks, may compel McConnell to relent and allow a vote on direct aid if he suddenly feels it is necessary to hold on to his job as majority leader. So yes, Sanders' pledge to lock the gates and prevent the Senate from going home for the New Year's holiday is valuable in the sense that playing for time holds out the chance for unforeseen events to shift the dynamics. Anything could happen. Literally, anything could happen, right? So that's the idea. Now, again, we're not getting the $2,000 checks. Don't get your hopes up. But it'll be fun to watch. But unless there is some game-changing event after Wednesday, McConnell was almost certainly correct when he said $2,000 check initiative has no realistic path to quickly pass the Senate. McConnell may even feel less pressure to approve bigger direct payments in the future without a Republican president publicly demanding them. So again, I think it's a really well-written article for the most part. So there you go. That about sums up my thoughts on yesterday's 4-hour Senate stream. And again, I might stream today's session, but I might start it an hour late, and I would probably like watch through 2X and like skip. So I'll catch up, you know, because there's a lot of the live session where it's just like quorum calls and like, you know, and it's like, and it's like a bunch of dumb bullshit, right? So I will probably, if I start an hour late, like, and I watch on 2X and skip ahead, I'll probably be able to get to it. So, yeah, I gotta make sure I stream the Senate sessions and not Jeff sessions, because that would be a vital misunderstanding, and I certainly don't want to look at Jeff Sessions for the next 3 hours. But anyway, that's what happened in the Senate yesterday, and I think it's important that you know who is fighting for you. Again, go watch the stream. If you want the archive, you can just skim through, right? Sherrod Brown, Ed Mackey, and Bernard went up there, and they did a good job, and the rest was kind of fluff. Chuck Schumer did a good job, I think, in rhetoric, but he kind of like, you know, he didn't really do a good job on anything else, right? So, but that's Chuck Schumer. What are you going to do? But either way, I don't know. It's interesting. This is what's happening in our lives, right? We're watching it all unfold. Dude, who is this like Brian Bradley guy in the chat room? I'm Russian, and Lenin would of be on side compared to you. Haha! Also, Lenin was racist as well as Mao. Agreed. Fuck them both. Alright. Next. What else do you got? Bodan. I will be doing some Doom in 2021. Both of the 4 and 5 and also of the 1 and 2. Maybe of the 3. Maybe. But don't worry. 2021. I will do some Doom, I promise. So, I guarantee you. So, January, maybe February at the latest. But, that will be happening. You're not seeing this, I got the live chat. Make sure you click from top chat to live chat. That way you get all the good stuff. Andrea is a pretty exotic name. I wonder if there was an Andrea in your family before you. I wonder as well if there was an Andrea in my family before me. But I'm not sure if that's relevant to that being my name. Fun fact. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you, Quincy. I don't know if I'm gonna... Should I stream a New Year's Eve thing? I don't normally do that. I was planning on just going to bed normally. Should I stream a New Year's Eve thing? Should I do that? Like, I guess it's free views, right? Free views and potentially super chats, right? I should. I guess I should stream. Fuck it. Why not? Whatever. Why not? I'll do it. All right. I'll do a New Year's Eve stream. Okay. You convinced me. You convinced me, I say, as no one was... as I convinced myself before the stream delay even caught up for other people to even respond to what I'm saying. Yeah, so... Be nice to Cotton Balls. I'm just making a joke. Don't worry about it. New Year's Eve Goddammit episode. I am hoping... Actually, I have news about Goddammit. Goddammit should be coming back tomorrow. And I have to look into this with my co-host. But Goddammit should be happening tomorrow. And I want to say, in our next episode of Goddammit, even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, which, let's be honest, Chukomatic is a piece of shit. But even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, the next episode of Goddammit, we will begin our new segment, which we call Sign Time. And what we are going to do is we are going to watch before we record and review every single episode of Seinfeld. Yes, even the one that was stripped from TV. Like I think it was like the second to last episode, like the fucking, it was, I don't know, like there was like a fucking parade episode. Yes, we're even going to review that one. We are going to review every single episode of Seinfeld even if it takes like 10 years. We have discussed this. It might take 10 years. And if it does, like, again, when's the last time we did a goddammit? 3 months ago, right? So at this pace, it might take us 20 years, right? But we are going to review every single episodic installation of Seinfeld. So that may be starting tomorrow. And if not, then it will be starting at some point. So throwing that out there. So just throwing that out there. Hey, Mike Harold, thank you for the fist. There you go. I can't do this. The fist emoji, like, positioning. I much prefer this fist to this fist with the thumb. Like, what is that? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, what am I doing here? You know, like, I don't know. It's just me. Audiobook of sign language. I also have sign language, actually. It's somewhere over there. Ah, right. Okay, so you see the Yu-Gi-Oh books? Those are Yu-Gi-Oh books. Right underneath the Yu-Gi-Oh books is sign language. So, we might also just read out audio. We just might read sign language. So I'll do like a page, and then Chook will do a page, and we'll go from there. How does that sound? Doesn't that sound like a great concept? Tune in. Anyway, so enough about that dumb bullshit. Wow, where do I go next? I guess I should talk about Minneapolis before I get into the People's Party bullshit, because, you know, this is actually like a serious conversation and a serious topic. And I don't, you know. So I've got like a couple Twitter threads, and a news article here. And I saw this last night, and I saved these Twitter threads and some news articles, and with the intent of reading it in the morning, but I decided to eat food instead, so I'm just gonna like look at all of this. And I've also got a video from Unicorn Riot, so I'm gonna play this video from Unicorn Riot first. Give us some context. It's about a minute. Yeah. So in Minneapolis, someone who, to my understanding, was a felony suspect, which is like basically that could mean anything. Oh, that guy is wearing a fucking t-shirt with a mustard stain on it, and someone who committed a crime had a t-shirt with a mustard stain on it, therefore they're a felony suspect, right? Like they just shot and killed them at a traffic stop, and then police started to be epic. So, let's play this video from Unicorn Riot. An evening before New Year's Eve 2021, Minneapolis police, I couldn't read that fast enough, fatally shot a man while he was in his car in South Minneapolis. The fatal shooting occurred 1 mile from where George Floyd was killed. In a press conference, Minneapolis Police PIO said officers were engaged in a traffic stop with a felony suspect. Again, whatever that means, it doesn't mean anything. During this stop, gunfire was exchanged. The man was killed. His passenger nor police were injured. Elder said body cameras were on and recording. Authorities say they will be released tomorrow, which is today, or is that tomorrow? I'm not sure. Elder said the officers who've been sequestered were not assigned to a particular precinct, but were part of the CRT community response team. Over 100 community members gathered at the site to demand answer. The BCA is investigating. I love the song, by the way. I'm just gonna like let that have audio. It's so good. So good. I love it. You can't not love that. Like, you just can't not love that, right? Like, just seeing the community after what happened over the course of the summer, coming together to kind of just make sure that they can figure out what's going on. Because, again, and I want to tell you this, George Floyd, when he was murdered, before the cops knew that there was someone who recorded it on their cell phone and they would upload it and it would be like the most viral video of the year. Before they knew that, the police report that the cops who murdered George Floyd wrote were lying about everything. They lied about how they were interacting with him. They lied about him having drugs. They lied about everything. They said that their body cams weren't on. We now know that that's false. They lied about everything. Why did they lie about George Floyd? because they thought they could get away with it. And so the only way that they don't get away with those things is if the people, the community, records them, finds out the truth. Journalists find out the truth. People need to stay engaged. Cops should not be allowed to murder anybody without a complete and thorough investigation. And in my opinion, if a police officer does not have a body camera on as they engage in lethal force, they should immediately be presumed guilty and sent to jail. No trial, nothing. Now, again, I'm being a little hyperbolic here, right? But seriously, we have body camera laws for a reason. How is it possible for a police officer to turn their body camera off, like in the case of Breonna Taylor? Oh, whoops, just not on. Whoops, my bad. I know there's a law that says that it has to be on, but it's just not on now. And all of a sudden, like, I'm just going to give you the story that doesn't make any sense. And now I walked free. That should not be allowed. Police should have mandatory body cameras at all times. And if they engage in lethal violence, they should be held accountable. If you have no record of it, then you got no alibi, as far as I'm concerned. As far as the facts are concerned, you just killed someone. Your side of the story doesn't really matter at that point. So I got an article from NPR News, and I'll read this here. Updated 11:15 p.m. last night. Minneapolis police say an officer shot and killed a man Wednesday evening at a gas station near 36th Street East and Cedar Avenue in South Minneapolis. At about 6:15 p.m., officers confronted a man believed to be a felony suspect. Again, I love how they put that in quotes because it doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm a felony suspect. You're a felony suspect. What does that mean? Like, a suspect of a felony. You're suspected of a felony. That can be applied to literally anybody. During a traffic stop, and shots were exchanged. I love it. Again, in quotes, as they should be. Exchanged? What? Elder did not say what type of felony the man was stopped for. The man died at the scene. A woman in the car was uninjured and no officers were hurt, Elder said. The officers involved came from a community response team that worked on recent carjacking cases in the city, he added. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is taking over the investigation, Elder said. Body cameras were on and operational at the time of the shooting. About an hour after the shooting, a crowd of about 100 people gathered around the scene. It's less than a mile from 38th Street and Chicago Avenue, the intersection where George Floyd was killed by Minneapolis police in May. At a late Wednesday night briefing, Police Chief Andrea Arradondo, said he intended to release police body camera footage from the incident on Thursday, which I believe is today. He appealed to residents gathered at the scene to stay calm. We want to do everything we can to protect everyone's First Amendment rights to freely assemble. I don't care what they say. What they say is irrelevant to me. Mayor Jacob Frey said he was monitoring the situation. Oh, well, Jacob, pretty boy, femboy Jacob Frey is monitoring the situation. I'm glad. Shouldn't we all be like? Because remember when he was monitoring the situation with George Floyd? Remember? And then he wouldn't commit to defunding the police, even though everyone in the city council wanted to do so? Well, I'm glad that Jacob Frey is monitoring this. He's got his eyes on the ground, everybody. He's monitoring this. Whatever the fuck that means. Like, imagine saying that. Oh, yeah, we're monitoring the situation. What? So I've got a couple Twitter threads here with some images of the scene. And we'll see how this goes. So here's like police. Man, I wish it would snow here. As you can see, an arriving BCA investigator tells me, I don't think it's that one, when asked if the red truck was involved. Okay. Info floating around that the killer of Jamar Clark is sitting in the passenger seat of a squad, unable to verify. I guess that's the person's name, that was killed, I believe. And again, we're going to find out more about this when the body camera footage comes out, and I will probably cover this again tomorrow. Minneapolis police with canisters of spray. People here feel they deserve to know what happened as crowds keep growing. News choppers and state patrol now hovering above. So as you can see, a lot of people gathering in this case. And again, that's perfect. Whenever police even think about shooting their gun, they should have hundreds of people with cameras on them at all times Fuck just body cameras. Have hundreds of cell phone cameras pointed at them. They need to know that the world is watching at all times. Absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, a little bit of some bonfire actions. That's nice, you know. Just seeing the, you know, people getting together, even in the face of the pandemic and everything, is just really nice to watch. But here's another Twitter thread of just, you know, what's going on. Again, I really wish it would snow here. I love snow. But I don't want to, you know, go out too much about that. Here we got a little video. There you go. But yeah, we're gonna see what goes on with this. I really love when they shout cops out of the place. It's just great. Cops should have no authority. If the community does not want the police there, the community should be able to say, we don't want you there. This is our community. Reminder, most of the cops that work in Minneapolis live in the suburbs. They don't live in Minneapolis, right? So again, of course, all cops are terrible. There's no such thing as a good cop. The only good cop is an ex-cop. And however you get to that position of being an ex-cop, I mean, however you get that X in front of your label, however it is, that's the only kind of good cop. So, and that's the only kind of decent, like, debatably good cop, right? Like, most ex-cops are garbage, right? Most ex-cops are very, very, very bad. But I'll actually debate the subject if a cop can be good or not if they're no longer a cop. That's a debatable subject. But anyone who's actively serving the capitalist interests of this world, you're enemies. You're the enemies of history. You're the enemies of the present, the past, and the future. You're the enemies of everyone around you. You are a danger to your family. You are a danger to your community. You are a danger to the society that you live in. And I just think that we should not have right-wing psychopaths that have badges and guns and can just get away with killing people. Like in the case of Breonna Taylor, for example. They just got away with it because they didn't have their body cameras on. If my body camera's not on, then how are they going to prove I did anything wrong? Checkmate. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wait, was that a Freudian slip? What was a Freudian slip? Community response team. They're trying to make themselves look softer. Yeah, I'm just a community responder. Brian Bradley, you're boring. I'm sorry. If you want to like come in on another account and try a new little stand-up routine, I'll let you. But Jesus Christ, like that's not good. Just screaming, "Are you an infidel?" over and over and over. Like you were saying that before I started talking about this story, and like the first thing I felt like I saw when stopping talking about the story was you saying the same thing. So that leads me to believe you're spamming the chat. Calling the mayor fella a pretty boy femboy. He is a pretty boy femboy. Do you remember when he went up on the thing? I covered this video of when the mayor was up on the stage speaking, and everyone was like, "Will you commit to defund the police?" And then he was like, "No," and then he walked away, and it was like super sad, and it was like, it was just really fucking it was really fun to watch. Fanboy is where? In Minneapolis, as well as Georgia, actually. Let's actually get into this. Georgia has their own Fanboy. I'm going to talk about this. Then we're going to get into the People's Party again. Okay, so we're going to talk about the runoff with Ossoff. And then we're going to be talking about the People's Party. So let's go. All right, so local Fanboy in Georgia, who's, I think, running for Senate. I'm not sure. But a local Fanboy in Georgia was given the mic live on Fox News. And, well, let's just watch.
Right now, we have a crisis of corruption in American politics. And since we're live on Fox, let me take this opportunity to address directly the Fox audience. We have 2 United States senators in Georgia who have blatantly used their offices to enrich themselves. This is beyond partisanship. And the reason to your question that I talk so much about health and jobs and justice for all the people is that we can unite behind that program. We've lost 9 rural hospitals in Georgia in 10 years. We can reopen them. We can invest in infrastructure to build jobs, revitalize our communities, create opportunity, raise the minimum wage so that people doing an honest week's work can not just survive, but can thrive. And yes, pass landmark civil rights and voting rights legislation to secure equal justice for all. And I humbly...
Can I just say, I love the 5 o'clock shadow femboy look. Just saying. Like, damn, let me zoom in on this. Hold up. Let me get some zoom feature here.
And respectfully request the support of everyone who is tuned in on Fox right now. And I'd love for you to log on to electjon, electjon.com. That's electjon.com. Make a contribution to our efforts here.
I like how he has to remind everyone, yeah, the way I spell my name is the way the Dullards would spell this name. Like, yeah, Jon, what? It's an H in there. Come on. Come on. I have personal experience with this one.
In Georgia.
And one more quick one while we've got you. Any concern that the allegations of wrongdoing against Reverend Warnock could possibly be a drag on the Democratic ticket next week?
None whatsoever.
What?
Reverend Warnock addressed this issue a year ago. And here's the bottom line. Kelly
What issue?
Loeffler has been campaigning with a Klansman. Kelly Loeffler has been campaigning with a Klansman. And so she is stooping to these vicious personal attacks to distract from the fact that she's been campaigning with a former member of the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, we deserve better than that here in Georgia. And I want to encourage everybody to make a plan to vote on Tuesday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ossoff, very much. All right.
I just want to say he should be wearing a mask in all interviews. I know, right? We all want to look at his 5 o'clock shadow and his lovely lips. I understand. But he should be wearing a mask, right? That's just, you should be doing that. You are a Democratic Senate candidate. You should be doing that. We are in the most deadly fucking moment in American history. Come on. Like, you know? I understand it's last minute. You should always have one in your pocket. If you're going to go on TV, always have a mask in your pocket. Put it on. Bernie does it. So can you. Bernie's like fucking 9,000 years old. The pretty boy can do it as well. But I just want to say, damn, right? Damn. But he's saying this on Fox News. So in reality, the people that are watching Fox News are probably hearing, what? Kelly Loeffler campaigned with a former member of the Ku Klux Klan? Well, I wasn't sure if she was serious, but now I'm going to vote for her. That's most likely the reaction. That is most likely going to be the reaction of the Fox News audience listening to Pretty Boy over here saying this. It's most likely going to be, well, damn, I didn't know that one. I'm going to go vote for Kelly now twice over. Because reminder, the only forms of voter fraud that have been found so far have been people that voted for Trump. Oops. But, you know, pretty good. I give that a solid B minus. Could have been a B plus if he had the mask on. But, again, Georgia runoff with Ossoff. So I love saying that, runoff with Ossoff. It's so good. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Okay, so we're gonna transition, which, of course, I love transitioning. I'm a huge fan of transitioning in general. Today's episode is called, what is it called? I forget what I wrote. The People's Party is a scam. Forced to vote is a grift. Sorry, not sorry. That is the name of today's episode. And so I'm going to be talking about that in a little bit here. And by a little bit, I mean like within the next 60 seconds. I theoretically will be getting a guest on, an anonymous user. So that should happen in like maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to get through this nonsense. So, let's go. I'm sorry. I'm doing something. The anonymous white avatar user, an anonymous user of anonymous origins. They're an entirely anonymous user. So there you go. All right. Transitioning is magical. God fucking bless, right? Hello, Sam, by the way. Hello, Brian, as well. Hello, Don. Hello, Dorello Stams. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Aster. Guys, where? Okay, alright. So, I am going to start the segment here. So let me get my tabs in order. Jeez. This is such a fucking disaster. And I want to be very upfront with how much of a fucking absolute fucking disaster this whole thing is. Okay, so okay. Trying to figure out where to start with this. Let me drink some water. All right. So, yesterday, the people, or rather, the Movement for a People's Party decided to stream an event called #ForceTheVote Town Hall. Now, when you think of a town hall, would you think of community members, audience members asking people questions about the strategy? That's what I was thinking. I thought it was going to be a town hall. I thought that I would get to submit a question and have Jimmy Dore respond to the question. But it was not a town hall. It was a podcast. So yesterday, I streamed myself watching the entirety of this podcast from start to finish, from when it went live to when it ended. And you can go watch my full 2.5 hour live watch through. I might pull some clips out of that, I think, because there were a lot of good moments. And some of the people that were watching my watch through were also posting some of what I was saying on Twitter. And I want to highlight this moment here. So this is a clip that someone pulled from my stream yesterday, which I think was the most problematic part of the #ForceTheVote Town Hall. Now, real quick before I play this, there was an after show, what they advertised as an after party. And so I thought, here I was thinking the #ForceTheVote was the main thing, and I went to bed. It was almost like 11 or so p.m. I went to bed. Now, it appears that the after party, I might have to do like a fucking watch through of that too, because it appears that that was an utter disaster, and I've got clips here that will show that. But let me watch this part. This part I saw last night, and this is a clip from my show yesterday.
It's rich people. It's people who have great health care. It's people who aren't facing eviction. It's people who aren't facing a bankruptcy for medical debts. Those are the people who are against #ForceTheVote, or people who are actively working against it for whatever reason. There's no reason to be against this. This is what we've been screaming about our entire life. Nancy Pelosi, Lee Fong found a video of her demanding a vote on single payer in 1994.
Literally
so
lying.
She's going to be going out as speaker in 2022.
Lying.
She's going to bookend her career by calling for a single payer vote and denying a single payer vote. That's going to be the bookends to her career while people are dying during the deadly pandemic.
So, okay. Jimmy Dore here, right, is saying that Nancy Pelosi is bad. I agree. Therefore, AOC, I'm coming for you. What? Like, again, this whole town hall that they did was called #ForceTheVote Town Hall. They literally spent, and I shit you not, they literally spent 0 seconds talking about the #ForceTheVote strategy. They spent 0 seconds. Not 10 seconds, not 3 seconds, not, maybe 2 hours, because that was what the thing was named after. They spent 0 seconds talking about the strategy. Instead, what this entire podcast was, and you can go watch it, you can go watch my whole stream of it. Instead, what this was a emotional manipulation, gut-wrenching, abuse of people's stories. They said people have died. They had people on there with dead relatives and family members talking about how important Medicare for All was. Now, the problem with that is that everyone agrees already that Medicare for All is required. What we are disagreeing on is the specific parliamentary procedure that Jimmy Dore is trying to shove down our throat. And Jimmy's going to get a little bit more unhinged here in a second, right? So you would think the #ForceTheVote Town Hall would, instead of trying to convince centrist Democrats that Medicare for All is important, would be about convincing people in the left media space who are skeptical of the parliamentary procedure of forcing the vote to say that it's a good idea. Instead, the whole thing was bringing people on so that they could cry about their dead relatives. And I want to say, and I want to be very explicit, that my heart goes out to those people. I've lost many family members because of our health insurance industry. I have lost thousands of dollars and tens rather 10 years of my childhood because of the health insurance industry. I had a lot of chronic illness as a kid, and it's lasted my whole life, right? So I know the suffering that people are going through, right? But Jimmy Dore is saying it's all AOC's fault. And the thing that really upset me last night, and I don't want to clip it because I don't want to embarrass or expose someone who's being manipulated, was when one of the activists that they brought on started crying. She literally was in tears. And when she was in tears, she was saying, AOC, are you the same person that I fought for? She was in tears. She was being manipulated to cry and then blame it all on AOC. And this is what Jimmy Dore had to say afterward.
And I'm supposed to be embarrassed that I'm raising my voice. Well, I'm not. And if they don't fucking do this, I'm coming.
You shouldn't be embarrassed for raising your voice. I agree, Jimmy Dore. Healthcare is a serious crisis. You should be raising your voice. I should be raising my voice. Everyone should be raising my voice, their voice, right? But what we should not do is scream and yell at the only people that are on our side. What we should do is attack Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, GOP leadership in general, Democratic leadership in general. We should be running in state and local races. We should be doing mutual aid organizations, right? But no, what Jimmy Dore is about to do here is fucking ridiculous.
And if they don't fucking do this, I'm coming for them, and I'm never stopping.
Jimmy.
Bro, what? All right.
And if they don't fucking do this, I'm coming for them, and I'm never stopping.
Jimmy, somebody asked me online the other day, why are you
gay? Let's change the topic. So, okay, this is the part. And again, you can go, I really implore you, if you actually care about this People's Party grift, I highly recommend to go watch my overview. But so Jimmy Dore goes on this crazy rant saying he's going to come after AOC and he's never going to stop. Right? The guy's 50, so he may be alive for another 5 or 6 more years, right? So he'll be alive for another 5 or 6 more years, and he's going to be going after AOC for the rest of his life? What? And then the thing is, Bree Joy Gray just decides to change the subject. Just change the subject. Jimmy Dore just said, I'm coming for you! Oh, I'm coming for you! And then Brianna's like, hey, Cornel West, do you want to talk about how bad corporations are? Just completely ignoring Jimmy Dore's unhinged rant.
And if they don't fucking do this, I'm coming for them, and I'm never stopping.
Jimmy.
Literally, like she knew what she was doing. Like it's almost like there was a script. It's almost like they had a conversation before the show started that was like, if Jimmy goes off on a fucking rant, we got to change the subject. And like she literally within half a second just like moved on from that.
Raising my voice. Well, I'm not. And if they don't fucking do this, I'm coming for them, and I'm never stopping.
Jimmy, somebody asked me online the other day, why are you gay?
Let's change the topic. Unbelievable. And I've got some more clips. So again, and I'm going to cover this in a second, I only watched the main show. I did not watch the after party. So I don't know the full context of the after party, but holy fuck, right? Holy fuck. Let's take an intermission here to read the chat. Dore gave Tulsi a pass on walking away from Medicare for All. Yep, I played that clip on my show. I'd be surprised if Brianna was able to sleep last night thinking about the people she's fallen in with. I hope she's having trouble sleeping. But also, she makes $35,000 a month, not a year, a month on Patreon for her show. And I'm sure that's divided by like 3, 4, 5 people. I don't know, but still. That's a ridiculous amount of money. Halper is unhinged. When she went after Nomiki like she did, I was like, this lady's crazy as Dore. What did she say? Do you have a clip of that? Bet Sam Cedar is kicking himself for being off this week and not being able to respond to the Dore Town Hall and after party. I mean, if the majority report not being able to take up oxygen on that allows me to get some more airtime, I'll take it. They can stay on vacation. A substantial amount of this is surely motivated by Dore's projection about Tulsi's hypocrisy. Smokescreen? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. Another thing I want to say is Brianna Joy Gray referred to Jimmy Dore as the vanguard of Medicare for All. Brianna Joy Gray, and I'll have to pull that clip, but Brianna Joy Gray said that Jimmy Dore was the fucking vanguard of Medicare for All. That's some really interesting stuff. Like, that is some really interesting stuff, you know? Like, I'm just saying. That is some very interesting stuff. But yeah, so again, I've got 2 little clippies here. or maybe 3. Is it 3? I don't really know. Is this? Yeah, no, this is the same one. I can just delete that tab. So 2 clippies. And we're going to get into this. So again, this is what took place after the main show. So real quick, the People's Party forced the vote town hall, right? Ended at around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the People's Party town hall was streamed on multiple services. I believe it was on the Bad Faith YouTube channel, the Jimmy Dore YouTube channel, and the People's Party YouTube channel. I also had it on my YouTube channel, right? So, but the People's Party, right? The People's Party, that's supposed to be the organizational apparatus. They're all grouping themselves under the People's Party. They had 1,000 live viewers. And when I was streaming their show, I was streaming the full window, so you can see their live viewers. It never broke 2,000. They never broke 2,000 views on their show, which, again, that's a lot more than I get, for sure, and that's impressive. But you want to know how Jimmy Dore went along? Jimmy Dore had 14,000 views, upwards of 15 to 16,000 views, and I actually, for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, had his window open in another screen and saw that he was making, I shit you not, I showed the numbers. I showed the super chats in yesterday's overview. I literally showed it live. This guy made $2,000 in the span of 30 minutes on his show. So, again, is that $2,000 going to the People's Party account to build their party so that they can get a field base in Iowa so that they can start, like, working on the ground? And no. That $2,000 in super chats went to Jimmy Dore's account, not People's Party account. You'd think Jimmy Dore is trying to be a working class hero. He would promote the People's Party account and not restream it on his own thing. Maybe he would stream like for 20 minutes before that and then say, everyone go in here. But no, he streamed it on his account, took all the money, took all the viewership for him, his YouTube. Now, it's possible that he's got a deal with the People's Party, right? It's possible. And if that's the case, I would love if Jimmy were to be public about that. But I find it interesting that 15,000 viewers of the 16,000 viewers were watching on Jimmy Dore's show. And people love to tell me it's not about Jimmy Dore. It's about the People's Party. It's about Medicare for All. It's not about Jimmy Dore. So then there was an after party. Now, again, I did not watch the after party live. I might actually just watch the full archive because it seems from these clips that it was unhinged Looney Tune fest. But the after party happened. Let's watch.
And they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience or Katie's audience or Justin Jackson or you. They are not accountable to us. They are accountable to the whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants.
So Mike Harold in the chat is telling me Katie Halper took down the after party? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Damn, I really should have streamed it. I'm sorry for that. I just want to say, I'm sorry for not streaming it last night. In my defense, I was tired. If someone finds a full link to this after party stream, please let me know. And I apologize profusely for not streaming it live. I was tired, okay? I'm sorry.
They are elected servants, and start fucking treating them that way.
I hear Brownie is seconding you in the background.
They're not your fucking friends. They're the people standing in between us and fucking healthcare.
I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So again, he's saying it right here. AOC and the squad are standing in the way of healthcare.
They're the people standing in between us and fucking healthcare. They're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that.
Who are you talking about with that, Jimmy?
So Ben Spielberg, I don't know who he is. I literally have never seen him before. But he's like just calmly like, hey Jimmy, who are you talking about? You're talking about like Pelosi, right? Like you're talking about like Pelosi, right? Right? Yeah, Pelosi. I agree.
What are you talking about with that, Jimmy?
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing #TheVote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our...
Look at his face. Look at his face. He's just trying to be a normal person and say, oh yeah, who are you talking about? And he's just like...
Who are you talking about with that, Jimmy?
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out and canceling you for their own personal gain.
What? What? Like, seriously, what the fuck? Right? Again, I want to say profusely that I apologize for not streaming this live. This would have been hilarious, and I'm sorry for depriving you of that experience. But it goes on. Let's go. This is, I think, the clip I was playing in my intro today, and I want to preface this by saying...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I do think that it's important to draw distinctions between people...
So Ben Spielberg here, I don't know who he is, and I just want to say that. Like, shout outs to that guy, right? He's trying to be the voice of reason. So... Ben Spielberg, the voice of reason. Let's see how this goes.
I do think that it's important to draw distinctions between people like AOC and Nancy Pelosi. I mean, I think they're totally different.
Why is it important? Why is that important?
Because Nancy Pelosi is fundamentally opposed to your goal, and AOC
But if she votes with Nancy Pelosi, what's the...
How did they let Ben Spielberg on the show? How did they let him on there? Who is that, and how did they let him on there? Like, everyone else is just an enabler. Everyone else is just letting this happen, right? And then Ben is kind of like, wait, what's going on here? So again, shout outs to Ben. I don't know who this person is. Someone wants to link me their stuff later, or if Ben wants to come on my show, right, like, and talk about this, please do. Shout outs to you. Thank you for this. But like, why, like, are you allowed back on? Like, did you get banned afterward? Please tell me.
Opposed to your goal, and AOC
But if she votes with Nancy Pelosi, what's the fucking difference, Ben?
So, I mean, what I would say is that I think the strategy that she may have for getting Medicare for all to become a reality.
Look at that comment. Look at, this is what people are saying in the chat. AOC was a bartender 3 years ago. Now she's one of the most what is that?
For getting Medicare
impactful Medicare for all champions. Actually, I agree with that.
Yeah, that she may have for getting Medicare.
That's the problem. Like, what is that? I don't know. I don't know why that
for all to become a reality may differ from the strategy someone...
Okay, whoever's the producer... Oh, Brian, that was you! Whoever's the producer of this show, like, accidentally clicked something. Like, because that's actually a really, like, they were like, oh, maybe I should click that, and then they immediately put it away. Like, what? Like, good job, Brian, man. Fuck yeah. But, like, someone clicked the wrong button, and it was like, wait a second. This doesn't fit Jimmy Dore's narrative. Let me get that out of here. Let me count. How long was that on there? One,
that she may have for getting Medicare for all.
Like, barely 3 seconds. Barely fucking 3 seconds. You stole the bartender quote from me? Thank you. I'm glad. Let me just tell you. There it is. There it is. You saw it happen. Brian in the chat room said, they said that because of me. Jimmy Dore, why won't you debate me? Why won't you debate me, buddy? Come on. Come on, I'm making the waves. All right, let's watch.
I think the strategy that she may have for getting Medicare for all to become a reality may differ from the strategy some
What
of
is her strategy, Ben? Has she shared that with you privately? Because she hasn't shared her fucking strategy.
Reminder, Jimmy Dore has also yet to share his strategy. All he is doing is say, force the vote, force the vote, force the vote, force the vote. Well, force the vote, and then what? What do we do after we force the vote? And then Jimmy Dore doesn't respond. Jimmy Dore doesn't talk. Right? He just says, oh, force the vote, force the vote. Just force the vote. And if you don't force the vote, I hate you. And I'm coming for you. And I'm never going to stop. I'm going to come for you for the rest of my life if you don't force the vote. Well, what do we do after we force the vote? Jimmy, like, help me talk it over so I can force the vote. Why don't you force the vote? Just force the vote. Just force the vote.
Publicly. So if you have some information, could you share it with us? If you don't have any information, please tell us.
Look at everyone is just like, what is going on? Katie Halper's like, holy shit. Reminder, apparently she deleted the show. The show was deleted. So Katie Halper at some point is realizing, oh my god, what did I do? Right? And then Brianna Joy Gray is just like, whoa, what? Why is my face on this screen? I do not endorse this. Justin Jackson is like, whoa, buddy, what's happening? I'm going to look at my phone or something. Nick Brana's not even, like, his eyes are closed, right? And Ben Spielberg, like, God bless him, he just looks dumbfounded. He looks dumbfounded. He looks fucking dumbfounded.
Please stop telling people that they have a fucking strategy.
Like, his mouth is agape. I just want to say how funny that is. Ben's mouth is fucking agape. Like, this guy is like, whoa. Like, this guy is like, whoa.
When you know damn well they don't.
Well, so, I mean, what I would say is right now, I'm not sure what their strategy is at this
They don't have one,
moment,
Ben!
but
Stop saying you're not sure! You have no fucking idea! They have no strategy!
Okay, this is only a minute over. So, stop saying you're not sure. They have no... Like, what? So, you can't say that, you can't be agnostic? Like, Ben is taking the, agnostic approach. He's saying... Well, they could have a strategy, but they're not being public about it. So, that's a thing we have to consider. Jimmy is like, no. Nuance. No way. I'm going to scream and call you a motherfucker. Like, this is a people's party, by the way. A people's party. This isn't the motherfucker party. By the way, maybe I should start a party called the Motherfucker Party. If Jimmy Dore wants to try to take the reign of being an angry YouTuber, oh, look at me, I scream online! Well, I got news for you. You're not the only one. So I am going to announce today I'm going to start the movement for a Motherfucker Party. Because that way, Jimmy Dore can't change the name later, because this is clearly not the movement for a people's party. This is the movement for the Jimmy Dore Party. Reminder, Jimmy Dore is going to run in 2024. That's all is what this is. That's what this is.
You're not sure. You have no fucking idea. They have no strategy, and you know it. Stop fucking saying you don't know. What is their strategy? If you know what their strategy is, tell me. If you don't say you don't know. Say they don't fucking have one, because they...
So you're not allowed to be agnostic. You're not allowed to just say basic facts. If you say a factual statement, then you're going to trigger St. Jimmy. And I'm not talking about St. Jimmy, the character from the American Idiot album by Green Day released in 2001. I'm not talking about that St. Jimmy. I'm talking about St. Jimothy motherfucking Dore. If you say a factual statement, you'll trigger the Mad King. This guy is literally Donald Trump, but in left media. That's what it is. Donald Trump, sir, it looks like you've lost the election, sir. Fired. You're fired. Jimmy Dore, sir, Jimmy, it looks like what you're saying is factually untrue. You're fired. How did you get inside the People's Party? Motherfucker, stop talking to me.
They don't fucking have one.
Well, but
that is bullshit, claptrap, mealy mouth, fuckface shit. Stop doing that, Ben.
Mealy mouth, fuckface shit.
Hold on.
You are dying, Ben. Quit giving politicians the benefit of the fucking doubt.
But that's not what I'm doing. I mean, what I'm saying is...
I love it, Ben. Again... Can I get fucking Ben on my show? Ben, if you're out there, if you're listening to this, please come on my show. Send me a message. I love you. I love you. Like, oh my God. Like, imagine like Jimmy screaming at you and you don't back down. Like,
fucking
amazing.
Down.
This is great.
But that's not what I'm doing. I mean, what I'm saying is I think we...
By the way, what is he drinking here? Is this guy literally he's like, oh yeah. Let me drink some more. Oh.
That's not what I'm doing. I mean, what I'm saying is I think we have fairly strong evidence that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a strong Medicare for All supporter, right? And she doesn't oppose a floor vote, right? So I think that's
she's not using her power to get one. Is she using her power to get one, or is she making bullshit excuses and you're accepting them?
No, and again, I mean, I think it's really important to push.
I love who left. Who left? Justin Jackson just left. I wonder why. But I think it's very interesting that, again, Ben is just being rational. Like, he's just doing the thing where he's, speaking like a normal person. And then Jimmy's, fuckface motherfucker! And then Ben's like, well, that's not actually what I said. And then Jimmy's like, fuckface motherfucker! And then Ben is like, oh, well, actually. And then Jimmy is like, you're a fuckface motherfucker! It's just... This is great.
You're accepting them.
No, and again, I mean, I think it's really important to push politicians. And I believe this about Bernie Sanders. I believe this about Ocasio-Cortez. I believe it about Ro Khanna. I believe it about anybody in Congress who I think is not right all the time, but usually on our side on most of these issues. I think it's vital to push them.
But I think it's... How do we define... I think that Jimmy raises an interesting and good point. Because I think
this is what fucking... Brianna, what are you doing? Brianna, you went from the fucking national press secretary for the Bernie Sanders campaign, dude. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you defending Jimmy Dore, who's screaming and hollering like a fucking banshee on crack cocaine? What are you fucking doing, Bree? Unfucking real. Unreal! Ben is just trying to have a rational, calm, nuanced conversation, which, by the way, it was called a town hall. It was called a town hall. Town halls are where you answer questions from the community, and Ben seems to be the only person that has any skepticism of Jimmy Dore at all that was invited on their podcast. And Brianna is going to shout him down ASAP and defend Jimmy Dore. Are you fucking serious? What are you doing? Dude, this is called clout chasing. This is being in it for the money. These people are in it for the money. The people behind the People's Party, Katie Halper, Nick Branna, Jimmy Dore, obviously. And Brianna, she's just, this is unfucking real. And she did the same thing in this clip that I showed yesterday, from this clip I showed earlier. She did the same thing here. Check it.
Well, I'm not. And if they don't fucking do this, I'm coming for them, and I'm never stopping.
Jimmy, somebody asked me online the other day, why are you
Oh, let's change the topic. Right, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I swear to God, they had a strategy meeting before this show went up, and they said, Jimmy, whenever you freak out, I'm going to use my credibility to calm the waters. I'm going to carry your shit for you, and I'm going to make it stink a little bit less. Because she did it every single time. Every single time.
But I think it's... How do we define... I think that Jimmy raises an interesting and good point, because I think like a lot of us, I have...
Unbelievable? That's unbelievable. I'm sorry, but it's just fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry. Like, Brianna, you went from the fucking press secretary for Bernie Sanders to this. Need I say more? Well, I'm going to. I'm going to say more. But, my God. Wow. Wow. How did Kyle Kulinski do on the show? He had a pre-recorded message. They just played like a random video from his YouTube channel. Literally. It had nothing to do with the town hall. It had nothing to do with the town hall. Like, I gotta clip some moments of the live stream. I did? I really do. I have to clip moments from that. Because, like, Kyle Kulinski, they just literally played a YouTube video of his that had nothing to do with the town hall, or the podcast, rather. But, they called it a town hall. Had nothing to do with it. Crystal Ball, by the way, they played a video of Crystal Ball. And, what did Crystal Ball's video have to do with it? And nothing. And Crystal Ball in the video was like, Jimmy, I agree with your idea, right? So it's like, is this the People's Party podcast or is this the Jimmy Dore podcast 2? Like, what is that? Like, what? It was unbelievable. This shit is unfucking believable. It's unfucking believable, and I can't believe it. You want to know why I can't believe it? Because it's unfucking believable. That's why. It's unfucking believable. My God. All right, so I'm going to bring on a guest here. Thank you, by the way, for watching the stream. I just want to say I've gotten a lot of new subscribers over the last couple weeks. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I stream every single day, every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, typically all the way to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I go over. So I would say anywhere from 10 to 11, maybe 11:30. Sometimes I'll go to noon, but that's very rare. But I'm going to be doing a very slow reformatting of my show. I'm going to make my show a little longer. I'm going to add more varied segments to it. I'm going to be doing a lot of things in 2021. So I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. And I started this show, above it all, I started it 364 days ago. So pretty good so far. But again, I started my show because I wanted to participate in every way that I could for the Bernie Sanders campaign. That is why I started Above It All. That was the core reason why I started this show 364 days ago was because I wanted to help Bernie Sanders win. And I was already a YouTuber. So I was like, I've got a YouTube channel. I've got, a couple thousand people that will listen to what I say. If I can convince those couple thousand people to support Bernie, then I'm helping a little bit. So my show started as just a way to support the Bernie campaign. And this is what the Bernie campaign turned into. Brianna Joy Gray went from the press secretary for the Bernie campaign to this. And disappointing is an understatement. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can get anonymous user on here. And anonymous user also does not like Jimmy Dore. And that is very relevant because we've got some more evidence of Jimmy Dore being a pretty garbage individual. So let's see what we got here. Let's get some audio on here from anonymous user. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is this anonymous user?
It is.
Holy shit. Alright, so anonymous user, who may also be an anti-fascist super soldier.
What are you saying? I don't know what you're talking about. It's ridiculous. Damn it.
How are you feeling about Jimmy Dore right now?
Like
I didn't watch these clips until I started the show. I wanted to watch them live. I wanted to be fresh.
We gotta get Spielberg. Maybe his father can make a movie with us.
Is he actually?
I don't fucking know, but this guy, at least somebody said something. But what's so Bree basically went to Harvard and then Harvard Law, and then did corporate law on Third Avenue so that she could do this. That's what this was for.
I just don't get it.
Because that's what she is. And then she went and did Bernie, and she probably was responsible. She probably was in with the whole crew that took him down.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I don't know. I'm
going that far because something is amiss. Something is amiss.
I think the useful idiot is a lot more possible than the ultimate conspiracy theorist.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. It's so dense. It is so dense.
So yeah.
My God. But wait. You know that I don't know. You're gonna play the video, but
yes.
I have to re-edit it because now we have the best material just popped in today. I can't believe those people didn't all just turn off their screens and say, I can't.
Justin Jackson did. He got the fuck out of there. Did you see that? He just left.
No.
He's like, nope, I'm out. In the middle of Jimmy Dore's meltdown, he's like, I'm gone. See ya.
And
Katie
Halper
Halper
took it
deleted
down.
the show.
Took it fucking down. And you know what? I was going to say, I don't even want to do your show now because you fucking didn't, you went to sleep last night. You went to sleep, you were on such a roll.
I'm sorry.
You went to sleep.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
God.
I didn't fucking know. I had no idea.
At least some people have it up already on Twitter, some of it.
Yeah, we got to find the full show. Seriously.
No, I mean, we got the good stuff already, it looks like. I mean, unless there was, if she took it down, there's a reason.
Yeah, that's the thing, is taking it down is an acknowledgement of, that's a Frankenstein's monster scenario.
Yeah.
That's oh my God, what did I do?
Honestly, you got to understand something, okay? We're dealing with mental illness. And I've dealt with a lot of mental illness in my life, personally, and, with ex-wives and stuff. And I
just want to say, for the record, I'm very mentally ill. That is not a joke.
No, I mean, that's evident, but that's why we love you.
That's evident.
Listen,
Whoa. Okay.
That's a good thing.
All right.
That means you're open to the world and empathic, and you get it on a certain level. Well, you can't really get it if you're not somewhat, a little bit fucked up, right? Someone who's not fucked up is crazy. That's the thing. So,
especially after 2020.
Oh, exactly. I mean, even before 2020, now it's just how can you be sane?
I just want to say this real quick. I know that we're judging this as an episode of the Jimmy Dore Show, but we got to start judging it as compare it to a Democratic town hall. because they called it a town hall. That's what they did. They were this is a town hall. So we gotta We gotta like do a thing where we compare like Democrat, Republican, and People's Party town halls. That was a town hall. You had no guests on.
It looks like. Okay, first of all, are we facing the fact that Donald Trump hasn't even left yet, and he might not. He still might not. He's still trying to get them to do this thing on January 6th, and they might do it. So he hasn't even left yet, and then we've already got this other plant here. It's Plan B. Plan B is here. He's already started. This is our Donald Trump.
This is what I was saying earlier, was that Bernie got really fucking close. Closer than Barack Obama was ever comfortable with, and he stepped in to make sure it didn't happen.
Yeah, they panicked.
They've got 4 years to come up with a way to prevent Bernie 2024 or whatever.
Oh, they've already got it. They've already got it.
And that's what this is. That's what this is.
Oh, yeah. Activated. And he's been activated for a long time, but now on steroids. He didn't come up with that idea.
No, he came up with it in 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks I came up with it.
He cracked the code on the entire existence of United States capitalism. He cracked the code in 2 weeks.
So here's the thing. Donald Trump was a megalomaniac for many years and very successful at doing it on a fucking international level. So he wasn't gonna crack. He never did crack. I mean, he was already cracked, but he didn't publicly crack. This guy was on crack. So he was never successful at anything he did, except this stupid little show. So you put him in the mix as a fucking super agent over here, and the guy's fucking mentally ill and sick and stupid. And look, on day 2 he cracks. They can't go with this. No way.
They absolutely cannot. And the thing is, again,
this is now funny.
It is. No, it's really funny. We're at the point where it's it's just so funny. It's literally it's at the point where it's I make fun of Donald Trump all the time. That's basically what it feels like. This is left media's Donald Trump.
I know, we're so lucky. We have more fodder. It's wonderful. Except it's tearing our whole movement apart. But we
got a couple years. We'll figure it out. So I got this video here.
Is it not loading?
No, it's loading. It's just it's on 0, so it does that. Can you hear this when I play it on Discord?
Everybody sees through you. What is she ever?
Yeah.
You can hear that? Okay, so perfect.
Yeah.
Do you just want to let this one play and then tell me when to pause it?
Or you pause it, or we pause it, or we decide we talk over it. Fuck him.
All right, so this video came out of the ether. It just appeared. It's the 11th commandment or whatever. So it just came out. It just turned up. And so this is a video that if this does not showcase just how deranged and unhelpful Jimmy Dore is, then I really don't know what will. So I'm just gonna.
Well, we're gonna have to put in the new scenes. You got to put in the new scenes.
Yeah, we got to do the HD remaster.
Well, on this one, what does he say? He says, we're gonna haunt you. I'm gonna fucking haunt you. Now he's gonna say, I'm gonna go after you, and I'm never gonna fucking stop, right? And then we get the other scenes where he's now doing the infighting. I mean, I don't even know where to put it. This video is already too long.
I know.
Oh my god.
All right. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Everybody sees through you. What has she ever fucking done? Because you're corrupted and co-opted. You gaslighting, bullshitting actress. You fucking phony. You don't lift a fucking finger. What AOC is doing right now is evil. She's trying to keep you from Medicare for all. We're gonna fucking haunt you.
Evil.
I'm the problem.
Wait, press stop. Hold on.
All right.
You know what it is? Finally, I got it. This is the comedy routine he has been developing the whole
this is
time.
A stand-up show.
This is actually brilliant.
Yeah,
He's brilliant.
If this were satire and you would come out on January 1st or April 1st, let's say he keeps this going for another 4 months, and then April 1st he's like, I was just kidding. April Fools. I would honestly
this is all a joke.
Even if it's fake and he comes up with that pivot later, I would respect that. If he does that, April Fools. Remember the last 7 months of your life?
Actually,
just joking.
It's my girlfriend. She always talked about Donald Trump being a performance artist, a really wild performance artist. And this is what this is. He's a comedian performance artist. This is great stuff. Top notch.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, let's go.
All right.
Fucking haunt you. I'm the problem. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Alexandria
you are.
has been a political phenomenon. It is hard to believe that she has been in office for less than 1 year, and yet she has.
Honestly, I love her more now.
Politics.
I love her more now.
Been an
Oh no,
inspiration
absolutely.
to millions of working people and young people throughout this country.
What a fucking cuck. He is worthless.
Wow.
And AOC sounds like Neera Tanden. Every bullshit fucking reason not to have Medicare for all. And the only reason is she won't fight for you. What
That's
it
it,
takes
the only
is
reason.
courage from gutless wonders like you, AOC, you fucking phony.
This kind of language is not new. I have encountered
This
Yo,
is
the
such an
con-
appropriate
uttered
cut.
by
Wait,
Mr.
wait,
Yoho
the-
and
the
men
contrast
uttering
between
the
the
same
red and the
words
blue,
as Mr.
too.
Yoho while
I
I,
like
was
that,
being
yeah.
harassed in restaurants. I have tossed men out of bars that have used language like Mr. Yoho's.
I would
figured
love
this
to
out
toss
in 2
Jimmy out of a
weeks,
bar.
AOC,
2
you
weeks.
liar, you coward,
2
you
weeks.
gaslighter, you standing in the way of people in healthcare, you run on healthcare and then you
Oh
deny
my!
it to us.
I mean, this
You
is
fucking
this.
Jesus.
Only the really
And talk about
I hate to
gaslighting
say
and
this,
projection.
but
I
those
mean,
with the
what's
lowest
evil here?
IQ
Who's evil? And
AOC
who's
is
standing?
evil. She's
my
she's like, you know, like when
God.
you're playing like a fighting game and like you're playing the campaign mode and then you get to the big boss at the end and it's like some like beefed out dude and he takes his shirt off. Imagine that, but it's AOC. And then when you win, you get healthcare. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, this is
Exactly.
ridiculous. Keep in mind, we're only a minute into this. This might take a while, but that's fine.
You standing in the way of people in healthcare, you run on healthcare and then you deny it to us, you dangle it in front of your fucking constituents, and then when you get there, you don't lift a fucking finger.
No, he's
Dehumanizing
basically
language
saying you're teasing
is
us
not
because this is all really
and
his
what we
thing
are
for her,
seeing
right?
is that incidents like
He
these
loves her.
are happening.
He's in love with her, and she won't go on his show. That's what this is.
That's actually that.
Reminder.
Reminder. He also claims credit for her because she went on
Yeah,
his show like
I
when he-
made you, and you won't even come on my show.
This is like
teasing
a
us.
massive like parasocial relationship sort of deal.
in a pattern. This is a
It's a pattern.
of an attitude towards women and dehumanization of others.
What AOC is doing right now is evil.
Oh my
This
God!
is evil. She's
Because she
trying to
won't come on
keep
my
you
show.
from Medicare
She won't come on
for
my
all.
show.
My father, thankfully, is not alive to see how Mr.
See,
Yoho
this kills me.
treated
This kills
his
me.
daughter.
The Humanist Report came out.
I have
against
2
you.
daughters.
Kyle Kalinske
That's what
just
I made this for, because that's just it's abhorrent. It's abhorrent what he's doing. It really is. Who does this? Who would
It's
do this?
bizarre. Like that's the thing. Is like if
It's
he actually had a
maniacal.
reason, like if it's Nancy Pelosi or like then I agree with him.
There is
But-
not a single person. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. It would be crazy to do that. It would be crazy. You can look at how Bernie did it. Totally great. You know, like this is the
I've got
worst.
slight disagreements there.
Meaning you wish he went more harder.
On someone like Trump, I mean, yeah, I fuck Trump.
No, but I mean, just him saying this is the worst president we've ever had. He's the most dangerous. You know, I mean, what
He's
else?
A pathological liar. I love
Yeah,
that when he says
exactly.
liar with an H at the
A
end
liar.
instead of an R. Oh,
He's
so
a
good.
liar. What else do you want him to say?
I would like him to say he's a fucking liar. I would love that. But yeah, I mean, like, my point here, like, the main point is that, like, if this is all about Trump, like, it might be over the top, but it's like, for the most part, I agree.
At least
the idea that this is about
justified.
a freshman congresswoman who has been, like, the most vociferous in her advocacy for the thing that he played. Reminder, by the way, 9 months ago, Jimmy Dore did not endorse Bernie Sanders for president.
Right,
he endorsed
right. Well,
Tulsi motherfucking
but-
goddamn fucking Gabbard.
You know, Bernie's a cuck, right? So why would
Yeah,
you...
Bernie's the cuck.
Bernie's
Bernie
a
is
cuck.
the fucking cuck.
He's projecting all over the place because he's a narcissistic fucking
Jimmy
kid.
Dore. I think Jimmy Dore is the cuck. Let's look at this.
Yeah.
Let's examine this. Okay. Jimmy
Yeah.
Dore had a parasocial relationship with Tulsi Gabbard for like a year and a half because she came on his show like 2 or 3 times. So he just decided to dedicate his fucking program to Tulsi Gabbard. That's being a cuck. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders is out there actually winning states, winning Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, but it's Tulsi. That's cuck shit. If there's any cuck shit in the equation, Jimmy motherfucking Dumbo Doors, the cuck?
Absolutely, he's projecting all over the place.
I'm sorry. I'm just. Is my tone too much? Am I too angry?
No,
Should the
not
tone
at all.
police come and get me?
More.
Fuck. All right, I'm gonna press play.
Turned on
Oh,
you.
yeah,
KOC.
that's my favorite
Guess
when
who
they
else?
say
Crystal
the tone
Ball.
police.
Guess who else? Jimmy Dore. Guess who else? Medea Benjamin.
I love talking
Porto.
about myself in
Everybody
third
sees
person.
through you. Everybody sees through you. Except your fucking sycophant DSA dickheads in fucking Brooklyn.
My mother.
Brooklyn's not even her
got
district.
to see
Like
Mr. Yoho's disrespect on the floor of this house towards me on television. And I am here because I have to show my parents that I am their daughter and that they did not raise me to accept abuse from men.
She doesn't have
You go.
When the fuck has she caused a ruckus? When? When has she caused a ruckus? Someone tell me. What has she ever fucking done?
In using that language,
It's really like she's literally talking to him.
he gave permission to
I know,
Yoho.
because it's like an open template for angry white guy. Like,
and no, it's like she's calling him bozo.
Stand up to
Yoho,
say that is
Yoho
not
over there.
acceptable.
I don't care if you're nice. We're gonna fucking haunt you.
Oh my
I want
God,
to
that's
thank him
that's predatory
for
right
showing
there.
the world that you can be a powerful
It's
man.
weird because this guy's got nearly a million
accost
YouTube
women.
subs. Like, you
Because
gotta
you
have
weren't
some
doing fucking
self-awareness.
anything. It took a pothead comedian.
A fucking pothead comedian. Like, I'm the pothead comedian, first of all.
Yeah,
but it
totally.
takes like I've got 8,000 almost YouTube subs, and I'm more thoughtful about what I put out there and how people would interpret my message than this guy with 1 million YouTube subscribers. It's like, when you have that platform, when you need to understand that you are motivating people and you are inspiring people to do things. Look at Ben Shapiro and all the violent right-wing shooters that he has inspired.
But literally none of the people who are actually following him accept that logic at all. They don't care what he says. It's just his brilliant idea. Except, here's the rub. He's also leading the charge, right? On the
Exactly.
ground. So it's not just that we can divorce this from Jimmy. Well, not if he's the leader of the whole entire
Again,
thing.
the Force the Vote People's Party movement thing got 1,000 viewers on their stream.
I know.
Jimmy Dore's restream got 15,000 with several $1,000s of super chats.
Several? I think it was probably maybe 10 to 15,000.
I only checked like 30 minutes.
It was a long time.
Jesus.
And that's and
Did he stream the after party?
It's a good question, but you know what? It's about following the money. Where's this money coming? Where's a $500 donation coming from?
Yeah, where is a $500 donation with like hashtag Force the Vote as the comment? Where is that coming from?
It could come from anywhere.
Does anyone want to give me a $500 super chat that says hashtag above it all? That's totally not suspicious.
I mean, it is remarkable.
All right, let's keep going.
And accost women.
Because you weren't doing fucking anything. It took a pothead comedian to do it. And a football player. Because you're broken. Because you're corrupted and co-opted. And now we gotta lay on you as hard as we can.
Lay on you? Wait. I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
respect.
Lay on you? Is that a term for putting pressure on someone? Or is that a term that uses the word lay and hard? Lay on you as hard as we can. Really? Okay. All right, Jimmy. Go lay on her as hard as you can, buddy.
All right.
You disgusting pig.
Oh my God.
Makes a decent man.
I'm not yelling at a person. I'm yelling into
God.
a webcam.
What?
I yell at a politician, which I'll do to their face.
What?
But I'm not doing it to their
Okay,
face.
right. So this guy is like, I'm not yelling in their face. I would though. Like if there wasn't a pandemic, I would. But I'm not. But like, it's like, what?
So wait. When Donald said, stand by, he should have said, but I'm talking into a camera.
I
What are
wasn't
you
talking to the
complaining
Proud
about?
Boys. I was talking to the camera. I was talking to America. It's like, what?
Yeah. When I yell at a politician, which I'll do to their face, but I'm not doing it to their face. I'm yelling into a webcam. You realize that, right? Do webcams have feelings?
I think they
When a
do.
decent man messes up, as we all are bound to do.
Careful. Careful.
He tries his best and does apologize.
I'm the problem? Fuck you.
Not to save face, not to win a vote.
Oh, she's so chill. She's so calm.
Genuinely
contrast.
to repair
Yeah, it really
and
is.
acknowledge the
I love
harm
her.
done.
I love her.
So that we can all
You're an AOC stan?
You already
I
voted
love
for the CARES
fingers.
Act.
The
Fuck
fingers
you.
are the best
So we
part.
wanted to actually correct the record
Yes.
here
All right.
a little
Right.
bit. because you had been-
Let me. Okay, you preface this. Okay, so AOC's got the fingers. Now, Jimmy Dore's got this bizarre, and again, emphasis on bizarre. It's like this is some batshit motherfucking crazy stuff, right? This is like 5G and like stuff like that, right? So he's got this bizarre motherfucking conspiracy theory that AOC spent months attacking the CARES Act both before and after, but she secretly like made it so that the vote wasn't recorded so that she could secretly vote in favor of it, even though her vote was unnecessary, but so that she could secretly vote in favor of the CARES Act, even though she was going to go on public TV for months and months and months and talk about how bad it was.
And then he's going to quote Crystal Ball in private conversation saying that she also agrees that she did vote for it, but there's Crystal on
Yeah, and then
live.
Crystal is like, oh wait, fuck, I work for The Hill, an actual fucking journalistic outlet. I can't peddle these dumb lies. Whoops. That's Crystal Ball. She got an email the next morning and was like, uh-oh, right? Like
Bad information? Bad information.
All move on.
You already voted for the CARES Act. Fuck you.
So we wanted to actually correct the record here a little bit because we had been working off some bad information.
I mean, I was just on with Crystal Ball, and she's a fully
Oh,
that
God.
everyone in the squad voted for the CARES Act. She doesn't believe that bullshit either.
It turns out AOC did vote against that corporate bailout bill.
Like,
Let's
that's
take a
such
listen to her
perfect editing.
explanation.
That's so good.
Thank you.
One of the largest corporate bailouts
look at
with
this.
as few strings
Look
as
at this.
possible in American history.
And
She needs some drums over there.
Who's protecting her? Fuck you.
Shameful. The greed of that fight is wrong for crumbs, for our families.
I'm exposing fucking
Soup for
AOC,
my
and this
family.
country is like a bunch of adult children of alcoholics. They don't get mad at the person who's fucking them. They get mad at the person who's showing them.
Wait,
that
wait,
someone's
hold on,
fucking them.
sorry,
And that's
sorry,
me.
sorry.
I'm showing them you're being.
Is he saying that adult children of alcoholics were fucked as children, or they were
I really
abused?
honestly don't know what he's saying. Like,
They're fucked.
let's watch this again and try. I'm gonna like, I'm just let's listen.
Wrong for crumbs, for our families.
I'm exposing fucking AOC, and in this country is like a bunch of adult children of
So this
alcoholics.
country-
They don't get mad at the person who's fucking them. They get mad at the person who's showing them that someone's fucking them, and that's me. I'm showing them you're being fucked by people with power, and they're
Oh
getting
God,
mad
it's
at me.
all so this guy is so sick.
Is to either let them
He's a sick
suffer
man.
with nothing, or to allow this
It's
greed
bizarre.
and billions of dollars, which will be leveraged into trillions of dollars, to contribute to the largest income inequality gap in our future. There should be
Look at that
shame
mind.
about what was fought for in this bill and the choices
But
that
AOC,
we
AOC,
Wait, hold
you
on.
secretly
hold on.
voted for it. Why are
and
you
not only,
saying
But
all
not only
this?
that, like all he does is say what a wimp and no courage. You go stand on the floor of Congress and do that in front of everybody. You piece of shit! I can't wait. You'll be carried away because they'll think you're crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean that would actually be. I would vote for Jimmy Dore just to see that happen. But like I seriously though, like it's again. Like, what would she gain by secretly voting for the CARES Act? Like, the whole thing about it is that if you go around there and do a 4-month tour about how right you were and how bad the CARES Act is, like, wouldn't that undo the political capital that you would have acquired by secretly voting?
And they don't. It's not like anybody would pressure her to vote for it. It's one of those votes that they don't need. So, like, okay, we're gonna let the little girl, do what she does. Then they don't care. They don't need her. So they let her not vote.
Unbelievable.
Attacking her. Such schoolgirl shit.
I rise today to condemn in the strongest form
Ayana.
vulgar language and blatant disrespect a colleague directed at Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. As the Congresswoman stated, we are not on the House floor today because of just one callous incident.
And this is important.
Everything
Let's
right-wingers
just
say
stop
about
here for a second.
progressives is exactly
This is
true.
important because there are people out there who really feel that this whole thing is racist, this pushing only for M4A, because it's not necessarily something really for the black community. It's for everybody, just like Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Well, M4A is all lives matter. Great. Okay, but what about reparations? If they're going to push all these women of color to go do their bidding, and Jimmy's going to go call them cowards and suckers and losers,
right?
Then let them go get something for the black community, which would have been a better strategy anyway, because then you'd really find out who's voting for what.
Even like there's a more pressing issue right now as well with housing. Like that's another thing.
And the checks.
And the $2,000 stimulus checks. Like, imagine
These
if
people,
all of left media...
They're trying to destroy us. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
That's
like,
the
imagine
thing.
if we were all, like, pushing Bernie and then the squad to do the 2K stimulus checks, and we could have had maybe a small effect on the needle. But instead, Jimmy Dore was ignoring that, calling Bernie a cuck over and over again. Like, it's just like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
What about Georgia? He could have been pushing for Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, right? To get the 2K
that
stimulus.
stuff that you can, just like she said, stuff we could actually get. Not stuff for 4 years from now.
This is ridiculous. All right, let's keep
Unbelievable.
Going. They are feckless, spineless wimps who won't fight for a thing, and they can be rolled right over. And they are.
Unfortunately, what brings us
what
to
a
this
white
moment are
supremacist.
structural and cultural conditions, and yes, the very men that have normalized the marginalization of women, and specifically women of color, since this nation's very inception.
She got it.
I want you to get fucking Medicare for all for your vote. I don't want you to get a pay-go exemption, you gaslighting, bullshitting actress.
I walked through hallways and still
it never ends with this guy.
What does that?
He's just a nasty old troll.
Built by my enslaved ancestors.
And fuck off. Go watch my video with Justin Jackson. She is completely exposing herself right now, and the squad, and the fool's errand of voting for fucking progressives.
I love this like useful dum-dum over here, just like nodding along. Yep.
Same with Nico.
I also love Jimmy Dore's fucking like fedora look. Honestly, like he should wear that more often. But like this is incredibly interesting. Like I just like this is such a bizarre. Like I really like. Why is this the guy? What imagine like
it's just the same question you had with it's like the same question you had with Donald Trump. Why? Because they have this quality. They're angry, white, old men. That's what they are. And they can rile the people up.
I'm just a pothead comedian. Well, yeah, so am I, motherfucker. Where's my fucking $1,000 super chat?
Self right now.
Oh my
and
God.
The squad and the fool's errand of voting for fucking progressives inside the Democratic Party.
And yet, although in some instances we are better than we used to be, we are still not who we can be. And so with my eyes fixed, clear on the challenges of the moment, but clearer still on the promise of the future, I speak to our daughters. For they are watching and carefully taking note of how we respond in this moment.
More power to Cori Bush. It's a fool's errand to send you into the Democratic Party. You are going to be squat.
And I will close with the words of Reverend William Barber, who
There's no point.
points out that we
He
find
said,
ourselves
I didn't even
as a
include that.
nation in a moment of reckoning.
He says there's no point in voting for progressive.
Old fights, but this is a new day. Let's build the world that Cora and all girls and women deserve, and let us begin with this very institution.
Are you happy with her? You think you should be nicer to her, or you think we should rake her over the coals? Or do you think we should make them scared to fucking death?
Scared to death.
If you want to do politics, you gotta fucking understand.
I like real quick before we get into the brilliant Michael Brooks segment. Again, these are all like clips that are from varied shows. Like around this is like not all like necessarily from one show. If you look, he's wearing different costumes. Like he acts like this it's like AOC said about Ted Yoho. It's on a daily basis. I'm just skimming through the video and you can see he's wearing a different shirt.
This is not.
So this
a lot of them are from one time when he flipped. Something must have happened, but no.
He must have got the $1,000 super chat, and he was like, "This is it. This is how I get my pool. We're gonna get that fucking pool, baby, and a jacuzzi."
He was told to go. He's told to go. I mean, someone has this plan is brilliant. This plan to think about this. How do we split the left?
You get the former press secretary for the Bernie campaign to just fucking sell everyone the fuck out for this guy.
Well, let me tell you, the way that these sycophants just, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we are seeing the redevelopment. It's like I don't know, some supernatural movie where it's not that there's a Donald Trump or there's a Jimmy Dore. It's one energy. It's like the devil goes. It's like The Exorcist. He goes into one body, and then it's the same fucking actor inside these bodies.
This is like when you're watching a television show and then like they change the writing staff, and so like everything is different. Like, what the fuck? Why are Jimmy Dore and Brianna Joy Gray working together to thwart AOC? Like, what? Like,
and
what?
You had it totally right. She's his handler, so he and she like makes everything okay.
She's
whatever
just lending
he does.
her voice and credibility and credentials as, again, the Bernie former press secretary. Bernie 2020 was like the last time we even had even a remotely unified left, right? And it's fallen apart. And then, like, I think that she's just trying to like kick in the death nail. Like, Bernie's been fighting for $2,000 stimulus for a couple weeks, and it's just all been about AOC forced to vote. It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, you included this Michael Brooks segment from, I think, a couple years ago, because, like, again,
2 years
this shit
ago.
is evergreen, right? This is like you
Yeah,
can watch
evergreen,
that anytime.
right.
What I don't know what the context is here, but like
He was talking about, I believe he was talking about voting for another candidate, or like voting for Trump, not voting for whoever the
one of those
Democrat.
one of those dumb fuck strategies that was like
Something. It was one of those, exactly. It was
based
it was
on
either
another
that.
step one strategy.
Oh no, it was DACA. It was DACA. He was saying something about DACA. That if Trump got reelected, and big deal with something about DACA, like it wasn't a big deal.
Oh no, of course the Supreme Court. Fuck it, whatever.
Right. Yeah. No. Well, he did literally say that to Sam. You know that.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Exactly. It's
that's what this is kind of about.
Yeah. All right. So this is, again, just pretend that Michael's still alive and he's talking about Jimmy's force the vote idea.
But
right?
by the way, you know that I'm receiving messages from these cucks, and they're saying on the whatever Twitter I'm using to put this out, they're saying that this video is what's the word they're using, when you fillet someone, when you cook them, when you try to burn them, whatever. I'm trying to burn him by showing these videos of him, that I'm trying to disparage him,
which I think is an accurate accusation. I think that's exactly what you're doing.
But I'm not. I'm only showing what he is.
Yeah, no, like there's no editorial.
Up. Well, I mean, even if I'm cutting it up, it's not. They're calling it propaganda.
Like that fucking dumbass Dan Cohen video that I reviewed the other day. Like, that was fucking propaganda. You know what else was propaganda? When you had fucking activists crying about their dead family members, which is, again, my heart goes out to them. It's so tragic, right? But they're
what manipulation.
You get them talking about AOC, and you make this about AOC. That was ridiculous. You're telling me, and you do that at the start of this town hall. By the way, you call it a town hall?
What are we doing about Dr. West? I don't know. That situation is out of hand. But I think the people in the black community who are on our side, and there are plenty. I actually know that they're going to be talking to him, because they have to tell him what's going on, and he doesn't get it. He's putting Jimmy on a pedestal. Brother Jimmy.
I just think Cornel West wants to I think he just loves helping people, and he just presumes that everyone's acting in good faith.
It's hard to help people who are evil, when they're evil in your team,
Exactly.
Hard to do it.
But yeah, let's play this segment, because again, evergreen.
Understand the issues. It's not all just emotions and fantasy life. Or if you want to do emotions and fantasy life, then own it and just do critique, and that's great. But don't call people who actually care about the process and bother to do some fucking research dummies, because they look at things a little bit structurally. It's an easy hustle. It's an easy market. It's an easy game. But
ain't that the truth?
It's not contributing to anything. It's not going to help us.
Well, it's going to help us lose, though.
Neoliberals. We have to
That's
fight
correct.
Trump. We have to fight establishment Democrats. We have to deal with the corporate hegemony. We have to deal with ideological conformity of a global elite. Do we really need to spend our time on YouTube just giving people dumb emotional releases?
I guess he
Or
does.
actually help them think about how they actually get power.
Several $1,000s in super chats.
And I know that was spoken like a true fucking corporate sellout.
He couldn't even
fuck out of here, man.
He couldn't even get
Do
himself
some
to do
research.
like
Get serious.
I don't know if this is copywritten, so I'm gonna load that. So what? Yeah, what was the purpose in editing this piece of film here?
And the music. My purpose was, so I have these two daughters and they're teenagers, and at the end when I finally felt like I had proved my point and brought the whole thing around and had this moment with Michael, I wanted to glorify her. I wanted to say, no, this is who she is. This is what she does. This is her bravery, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
Right. I think you need to watch your tone, though. You sound a little too angry, maybe.
I think you're right. I have a little crush on him, though, so that's why
That
I
is
get a
true.
little...
You're developing a parasocial relationship. My God.
We need to get on his show.
Again, open invitation, Jimmy. You get me on your show. You can come on my show.
You can have the creator of this video that's about to go viral
Anonymous
about you, piece
user.
of shit.
I mean, this is an anonymous user over here. You can leak the story. You can dox them on your show if you want, and maybe I'll just text me and I'll give you their username and then or their field stuff, and then we can do it. You can do a thing about it, and then we can do another hashtag. Hit me up.
You're joining his team, aren't you?
Oh yeah, no, I mean if I get $1,000 super chat, I'm gone. I'm on the other team. I'm forcing the vote. You bet. Just wait till I get that $1,000 super chat.
Look, I could have edited it right there, right? But I want her to have. Here she was in red, all down. Now she takes the blue stage.
I love blue.
Well, there she is with Bernie again.
But yeah,
and she's got. Look at this fire.
But yeah, no. I really just don't get it. Like, this is not it. This is not who you go after.
No.
No,
unless your intention is to destroy us.
Literally. There is no other possible.
It's like going after Superman. He's Lex Luthor.
I don't know. It's just in the idea that, again, the People's Party, it's just a narcissistic vanity project through and through.
Yeah, and who is that schmucko? Okay, now stop here. This is important and awesome, and I just kind of as an aside. You notice I didn't say anything about the vote, right? I didn't say anything about force the vote. Right? It has nothing to do with it. I don't care. But if you want my fucking opinion, listen to Nina. Out of the two people who were working for Bernie, who do you want to talk to? Who do you trust? Who do you love? Who's got the fire? This one who's going to actually be in Congress, and she's saying, "What you think you know."
Bro,
That's
exactly. Covered this video on my channel, and I looked at the comments. And they were just screaming at her. It was ridiculous. Canceling her. I'm revoking my weekly donations to Nina. It was ridiculous. And again, it was just
crazy.
A good
These
answer.
people don't understand. Look, everybody's angry. Everybody's scared. Everybody's afraid of the virus. Everybody is sick, or think they're going to get sick. And they're scared. And so it's just demagoguery. And we are in it. We're in it. We're in it on the right. We're in it on the left. And literally, we are the... I hate to say this because it sounds, narcissistic and crazy myself, but we literally are. If you want to go after someone, who are you going to go after? You're going to go after this group. Not the ultra left because they're crazy, not the right because that's what they want. Us, we are the threat. This little group right here is the threat.
I am the threat. You heard it. This is flump.
You are.
My
you
ego.
actually. You are, and
there you go.
You're willing to go out there. I am a little bit concerned for you because eventually you're gonna get.
Nah.
They're gonna want to take care of you.
No, if they want to take care of me, they can send me $1,000 super chat, and then I'll just force the vote. That easy. Like you can buy me off with very little money. Yeah, let's listen to Nina Turner's kind of just like soft response on this.
Barbara Jordan, what the people want is simple. They want an America as good as its promise. Progressives are standing in that ready position to help to deliver an America as good as its promise. So whether it's now or soon, and that's why I'm trying not to second guess them, because I don't know what's going into their thinking. I don't want people to give up on them just because they might not necessarily be answering that call right this minute.
Why are you canceling these people? Why are you canceling these people?
Nina Turner, sell out to the DNC.
I have served inside.
Why isn't Nina Turner running for the People's Party
look
in a
at
special
that
election?
freeze frame. Look at that freeze frame. She's like, I have served my body. I've served, and I'm going to tell you right now what the deal is. You don't know shit.
Moderates to do the right thing. I have served inside bodies before. And a lot of times what people think they know,
Bree's like,
no.
Oh shit, I don't know shit.
This is the part where you just show AOC dancing. All right.
Well, okay, so I got feedback that I shouldn't have done that. But again, I'm coming from the perspective of a father of two teenagers, and I wanted her to have the last glory of fuck all of you. Fuck you.
This is
I'm
a
gonna
short
dance.
film. This isn't just an expose. This is a short film that you're
That's
producing.
that's how, I'm anonymous, but I have some creative flair.
There you go. See, that's you gotta look at it through this lens. But this is a pretty decent video. Could be better. You gotta add those new clips now. Immediately outdated.
Where am I gonna? I know he outdid
you need the
himself.
HD remaster.
He outdid himself in one.
I literally, I'm still in disbelief, by the way. Oh my god.
I can't. I know. Like, literally, this video is already, it's like the song for Bernie. It finally ready. It was going to be delivered. All done. Now, this video, I'm like, oh god, he just outdid himself. It's like everybody can see it now. I don't even need to show it, right? But I don't know. Hopefully, it'll make a little dent. But this guy, man, I tell you what, it's unbelievable. What are these people doing? Unbelievable.
Only the really...
I mean...
I hate to say it, but those with the lowest IQ...
I hate to say it.
But I think that'll do us.
Yeah.
So
it will.
Thanks for popping on. This is pretty fun. I think people in the chat seem to enjoy the work of you. You being anonymous user, of course.
Yes.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
Thank you for having me. No, you keep doing what you're doing. You've become my go-to because, honestly, there's nobody who really, like, everything you say, I'm like, yes, exactly, yes, sing it, go on. Because you're very intelligent, you've got the right take, you've got the right perspective. I think you're going to have to, put Dr. West a little bit down on the...
I won't go that far yet.
All right,
I'm holding out hope. I'm an optimist.
All right, we're going to try.
We're going to try.
Well, Happy New Year.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to do a New Year's stream today. I'm not sure. I'm like 80%.
I'll communicate with you anonymously about another possible party that you could attend.
Oh, anonymous user taking me to an anonymous location. That's a little scary.
Blindfolded.
Oh no. Okay. But
right,
yes,
that's
everyone, thank you for watching today's ep. I know it was a little long. I'm going to go hang up. I'm censoring anonymous users' free speech in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no.
Destroyed. All right, they've been censored in the battlefield of ideas. I want to say thank you, by the way, to Brian for the super chat. I don't like interrupting things for the super chats. I'm old school. I'm sorry about that. But I'll get to I don't know if I'm going to do the Senate today. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. The Benjamin Dixon Show, $50. Keep up the good work. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, Jimmy, if you're listening, I'm going to need $1,050 if you want me to force the vote. This is like going to be like we're going to have both sides here. If Jimmy wants me on his team, I need some more cash. Why are Senate sessions so funny? They are. Yesterday was great, man. Fucking Cornyn, dude. I can't with that guy. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Again, I will be back tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, 7 days a week. I guess I'll do a stream tonight. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Something will occur. I'm going to drink a lot of coffee. Look, I got a mug here. I got a new mug. Going to drink some coffee out of this mug. And we'll see what happens. So, that's all I got. I don't know. It's over. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Is it on? Is it off? Wait for it. Wait. It's off.
Because Nancy Pelosi is fundamental.
Nancy Pelosi, what's the fucking difference, Ben?
So, I mean...
well, they don't! Telling people that they have a fucking strategy when you know damn well they don't! Won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They are accountable to whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not one. I get 10 to 12 million views of one. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't endorse the hashtag the vote. Fuckers who didn't show up. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. And they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants. It's not fucking treating them. Come out and address my progressive audience. 12 million views a month. I get 10 to 12 million views a month. I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out and canceling you for their own personal gain.
Dumb people, liberal people. And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's, this is on live television.
All of a sudden we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.